Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the regular meeting of the Development and Environmental Review Committee. The date is July 10th, 2024, and the time is approximately 10:02. My name is Mike Gonzalez with the Planning Division. Can we stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? Ready? Begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, which is a republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, everybody. As I said, my name is Mike Gonzalez with the Planning Division. Could we have an introduction, please?
William Galvez, Land Development. Ryan Castillo, Traffic Division.
Michael Morhart, Water Department Engineering.
Robert Castro, Water Department, Environmental Control.
Elizabeth Moore Rodriguez with the Planning Division.
George Velarde, Planning.
Christian Felson, Planning.
Zarate Ibarra, County Fire.
Brian Gumpert, Building and Safety.
Michael Barreras, Integrated Waste.
All right, thank you, everybody. We're going to start off with public comments for items listed and not listed on the agenda. There will be a 3-minute limitation shall apply to each member of the public who wishes to address the DERC committee on any item on the agenda, excluding public hearings. There's no limit to the number of items that may be discussed within the 3-minute time limit. Is there anybody that wishes to speak on something that is not on the agenda? Okay, so we're moving on to the consent agenda items. There will be no separate discussion of consent calendar items unless a committee member requests that the item be considered in its normal sequence on the agenda. Number 1 item on the consent agenda today is approval of the draft minutes. So our recommendation today is to approve the minutes of the regular meeting of June 26, 2024. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Do I have a second? Second. All approved? Any denies? Motion passes. Thank you, everybody. We are going to be now moving on to the public hearing items. And today we're going to start off with item number 2, conditional use permit 24-01. George, could we have the item, please?
Yes, sir. So thank you, Mike. Good morning, everybody. So for item number 2, this is conditional use permit number 24-01. This is a project that's generally located mid-block of East Central Avenue and East Ennis Street, and more specifically at 1018 South Lincoln Avenue. The zone for this project is within the light industrial district, and it's a request to allow the development, establishment, and operation of an approximate 5,350 square foot place of assembly or place of worship, more specifically a mosque, and other associated improvements on 3 parcels totaling approximately just over about an acre and some change at 1.22. For the purposes of this project, it is exempt under, or for SEPA purposes, it's exempt under 15332, more specifically infill development. And that being said, it's gone through staff, conditions have been provided, and our recommendation, staff's recommendation is to move this item forward to the planning commission. So that being said, myself as well as the applicant are here. If you guys have any questions, thank you.
All right, thank you, George. Did the applicant want to say anything on this item?
Just wanted to just let you know that this project was approved before for the CUP. I think it's in 2013. I think in the
You can stand at the podium right here, sir. If you'd like. Yeah. Thank you.
okay. In the due course, I think the owner purchased the adjoining lot and it just changed the whole parameters on it. However, I think the size of the building remained the same. We are adding more parking to this particular new project. And it will be done in the 2 phases. The phase 1 will be the primary building. The phase 2 will be there's an existing old building that the owners are using at this moment that will be demolished and the parking lot will be completed. George has given all the project data. If you guys have any additional questions, I'm here.
Thank you. we
So
appreciate that.
Yeah, I do have a question. The access into the building, you guys are grading and paving prior to building the that building?
Yes, we will be doing everything. I don't have the pointer in front of me, but I think as you can see, on the corner, there's an existing building.
This
Whether-
one.
Okay.
Who has the,
I-
who has the pointer? Oh, okay. I think there's a driveway towards the Lincoln Avenue.
It's the red one.
It's the little red button.
Okay, got it, sorry. So this is the one driveway that fire department was requesting.
Right.
This is the main driveway, that is what we have. And the existing building is somewhere here. Once we are completed with this building, all the parking lot will be all accessible. We will get a notice to occupy this building. We will demolish this building and complete the parking area.
The only reason why I'm saying this is we have to have that building needs to be accessible for fire suppression activities, prior to occupying that building.
Sure, that building, right now, whatever the access is there, we will maintain that.
Okay. All right.
Question. Did anybody else have any questions for Dr. Miller?
Yeah, I had a question. On my comments, I addressed the fact that, are you planning to use Eastern type toilets in this facility?
I think we didn't go to that extent yet, but I think once we come to the building and safety, I
Okay,
think that time we might be able to look into it. But I think at the moment we are not.
okay, that's what it looked like on the plan, so that's all I was,
Oh, no, the plan isn't sure.
okay, well, I guess the plans I got were maybe different than,
No, I think I recently, maybe not recently, about 5 years ago, did a similar facility in Ontario.
okay,
We used the Eastern toilet there. And we
Okay.
got the IAPMO approvals and everything for that toilet.
I see,
So just in case if we have to use it, we might use that document.
okay. But the plumbing code doesn't recognize that,
I think.
and
the
then
plumbing
there's no
code, the way-
accessibility to my knowledge for that, so
My
I noticed
underst-
that on your comments.
Yeah, my understanding is there that whatever the required plumbing fixtures are there in terms of the restrooms, for the water closets, they have to be meeting with the European style. And anything over and above that one, it can be used as Eastern toilets. That's what the way the city of Ontario did that. But I don't know, I don't want to make it this complicated at this point in time. But I think I'm going to check with the owners and see if there's any, thing once we start doing the design development and the.
Okay, I just wanted to draw that to your attention
Sure,
before
thank you very much.
to the
for that.
design phase.
Right. Any other DRC members have questions? George, do you have any further comments on the project? No further comments, okay, well, we thank you. So the recommendation was for staff to move this to a planning commission for consideration with an unspecified date, George? Unspecified date,
Tentatively August 13th,
okay,
so that'd be the next.
all right, so tentatively August 13th for the planning commission. Do I have a motion? Second? All approved? Any denies? No? All right, the August 13th. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, moving on to in the public hearing, we're moving on to item number 3. George, maybe have the project, please, sir?
Yes, sir. So moving on, item number 3 on the agenda is going to be conditional use permit 2403. This is a project that's located just at the southwest corner on East Highland Avenue and Guthrie Street. The zone for this project is within this commercial general CG1 zone, and the request is to allow the establishment and operation of a social service facility by the county of San Bernardino to operate within an existing commercial center totaling approximately 33,278 square feet on a project site that sits about 3.5 acres. That being said, for CEQA purposes, this project is exempt. They're using the existing building, therefore it'd be under 15301, otherwise existing facilities. And similarly, our recommendation from the previous item is to move this item forward to the planning commission. Also, myself, staff, and our applicant are available for questions if you have any. Thank you.
Thank you, George. Did the applicant have any questions for the DRC committee or comments, concerns? You may from the podium if you'd like. And just state your name for the record, please.
My name is Tamara Susan. Our company is designing the facility for the county of San Bernardino. I don't actually have any questions. I want to make sure you don't have any questions for me. I think George presented it very well.
Anybody have any questions? No comments? Okay. Thank you. We appreciate it. All right. So with that, the recommendation was to move this forward. Conditional use permit 24-03 forward to the planning commission for consideration of
Similarly, August, in preparation for August 13th.
August 13th. All right, do I have a motion?
Motion.
Second, all approved? Any denies? All right, motion passes. See you August 13th. Thank you. Moving on to public hearing items. Item number 4. Christian, may we have the project, please, sir?
Yes, yeah. Item number 4, conditional use permit 24-04. A request to modify a previously approved conditional use permit 07-22 to allow the development, establishment, and operation of a drive-thru facility, Starbucks, containing approximately 1,330 square feet on a parcel containing approximately 0.50 acres. Our environmental determination is that this project is categorically exempt under California Environmental Quality Act pursuant to section 15303, new construction or conversion of a small structure. With that, the staff recommends that the Development and Environmental Review Committee move this item forward to the Planning Commission for consideration.
All right, thank you, Christian. Was the applicant here today?
I believe so, yes.
Hello, welcome. State your name for the record, please.
Good morning, I'm Stephen Bickle from Bickle Group Architects, or the project architect for the building. Mostly here to answer any questions. One thing I noticed come up is overflow queuing analysis. I believe there should be, you got that in their package, in your package, and just let you know, there is already in place a blanket easement across both sites for reciprocal parking and access.
Okay.
Other than that, I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have on the building. This, to clarify, I think probably already aware, this is a strictly drive-through and walk-up only. There are no interior dining or exterior takeout only.
I believe you and I may have exchanged emails at some point regarding this project, but my comments have been provided to your planner.
Thank you, Robert. Did anybody else have any comments or questions for the applicant? Thank you, sir. We appreciate you. All right, so today, the recommendation was move, conditional use permit 24-03 to, planning commission for consideration of
August 13th as well.
August 13th, 2024. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Let me rephrase that, conditional use permit 24-04. I thought I said 3. All right, we have 2 motions, to move it to the planning commission, all approved.
Yeah.
Any denies? All right, motion passes. We'll see you August 13th. Thank you very much. Moving on in the public hearing items, we have item number 5. Elizabeth, may we have the project, please?
Yes, item number 5 is general plan amendment 23-0, specific plan amendment 23-01. Subdivision 23-05 for tentative tract map 20595. Subdivision 23-06 for tentative tract map 20596, and subdivision 23-07 for tentative tract map 20597. The proposal is to change the general plan land use map from residential low, residential suburban, and open space to University Hills specific plan and amend the development standards and guidelines for the development plan of 439 proposed single-family residential lots within the University Hills specific plan and allow for the subdivision of a 404.3 acre site into 3 separate tentative tract maps. The project vicinity and location is approximately at Badger Canyon Road and West Frontline Road to the north side of the California State University College. The zone designation is currently University Hills specific plan. The environmental determination is an addendum to the final environmental impact report pursuant to section 15164B, addendum to an EIR of the state CEQA guidelines. And the recommendation right now is for the Development and Environmental Review Committee to move this item forward to the Planning Commission for consideration.
All right, thank you, Elizabeth. Was the applicants here?
The applicant is here as well.
Did you have any comments or concerns from the committee, or
We're available here if you have any questions.
does anybody have any questions?
I remember you guys. So the access roads to the community, is it still up in the air where there's gonna be privately owned or public?
They're gonna be privately owned.
Okay, that makes things a lot smoother.
Thank you, Ryan. Does anybody else have any questions, concerns, comments? All right. So with that, the recommendation was that staff move this forward to Planning Commission for consideration. Was this an unspecified date or
We have it currently an unspecified date.
for an unspecified date? Do I have a motion?
Mike.
What?
We have somebody
Oh,
who's here to
we
speak
do,
on. Mhm.
sorry. Oh, we do. We have a Jennifer Sorensen. Would you like to come up to the podium, please? Thank you, Selena.
Good morning, and thank you for the opportunity to comment on the University Hills specific plan. My name is Jennifer Sorensen. I serve as the Chief Administrative Officer for Cal State University San Bernardino, and I'm here today on behalf of the university. We have been in contact with Encore and also submitted concerns in writing to city staff. The university would ask the committee to not move this item forward to the Planning Commission until the following concerns excuse me, can be addressed and considered in the specific plan. Number one, the planned community is in an area of the city that experiences longer than average response times from San Bernardino County Fire Department for emergency response. The campus has been working with San Bernardino County Fire on a fire station, but that is not currently funded. Additionally, the University Police Department anticipates increased 911 call volume and response as a result of the development. To date, there has not been any discussion with the university on how these impacts will be mitigated. The second issue is with the road connection, which was mentioned previously. The proposed road connection at the east end of the project connects to a university maintained road, Campus Circle. At this time, there has been no discussion or agreement between the university, the city, or the developer regarding access of Campus Circle. It's also unclear from the documents provided whether the proposed access on the west of the project will use existing Badger Canyon or will create a new 60-foot wide 2-lane road. And the traffic study does not address any traffic impacts from that second connection. The traffic study and EIR also indicate there are significant traffic impacts, particularly at University Parkway and I-215. The EIR references SBCTA's DDI project as a mitigating measure, but that just bid over the proposed budget. So I believe SBCTA is going to be reaching out to the city for additional funding, but that hasn't been determined. So today, it's not clear how the traffic impacts of University Hills will be mitigated in the absence of the SBCTA project if it's not funded. The campus is also concerned about the potential stormwater runoff created by the project. With the existing San Bernardino County flood control facilities located north of the campus, the university experienced a $20 million flood loss in 2021 during Tropical Storm Hillary. According to the draft plan, The development will rely on existing flood control facilities, which may put the campus in further jeopardy of flooding. Finally, the provisions of the University District Specific Plan of 2005 included connection between the university faculty, between the university and community, as well as the potential for a range of housing to include university faculty and staff. The development of a closed community with anticipated price points that exclude faculty and staff is not consistent with the guiding visions of the University District Specific Plan. Finally, the university has concerns regarding the provisions of safeguards to ecological biodiversity of the university's land lab located just south of the proposed development. In addition, the access to significant geological resources, including the active face of the San Andreas Fault for instruction and research by CSUSB, is restricted because of this development. In closing, the university supports the city in your vision and plan for the economic development of our region, but we're concerned about the proposed University Hills specific plan and the direct impact it may have on CSUSB's campus community, campus community infrastructure and mission to serve our students. Thank you.
Thank you, Jennifer. And in no way did I mean to move on without looking at these slips. Sometimes things just slip by. And then we have a Mr. David Hardy.
I'm applicant.
Oh, you're the
I
applicant.
didn't know if I need this filling out. Thank you.
And it was a full addendum done, right? To the
Yes,
GIR.
there was a full addendum done to the final environmental impact report. Traffic has already reviewed all the traffic analysis provided for the project, and they've provided conditions of approval as it relates to the support of the project. The San Bernardino County Fire Department also reviewed the project, and they provided conditions of approval and approval as it relates to the proposed measures that they're going to be taking for fire suppression in that area. And as it relates to the connection there on Campus Circle, we're looking into that as well as it relates to ownership. To my understanding, based on the information that has been provided, there is already the area that the development is accessing there through Campus Circle is still within, it's falling within the city's area.
Thank you. Ryan, did you have anything to add to the traffic concerns?
As Elizabeth stated, we already reviewed the and the conditions. Just to clarify, it was private, not public roads, so any future maintenance would be falling under whoever privately owns it.
Thank you. Go ahead, Brian.
These houses will be of rated construction, is that right? 7A rated construction. So they will have.
High fire severity.
Right,
Yes.
so you are. Okay. And then, you know, as far as the flooding goes, they should have controls on site, is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay,
Thank you, Ryan.
that's all.
So, Red, did you want to have anything?
No, all of the conditions are the condition.
All right, we've heard your concerns and they've been duly noted into the record. And we appreciate you. Thank you. So we did have a recommendation today for staff to move this item to the planning commission for consideration with an unspecified date. Do we have a motion?
Motion.
Second. All approved? Any denies? All right, motion passes. Thank you. All right, so that brings us here to the adjournment. Our next regular meeting of the DERC Development and Environmental Review Committee will be held on Wednesday, July 24th, 2024 at 10 a.m. here in the boardroom. Thank you, everybody. We appreciate everybody.